So Cookie is a recent graduate of the Baking and Pastry Arts program at Niagara College. Her dream is to have her own business called Cookie Dessert, which will be a combination bakery and food blog. Her website, cookiedessert.com, will have a section for her blog where she will post recipes, tips, and videos that teach people how to bake. Cookie hopes to have her bakery blog up and running within the next year. You can go now, Cookie.
Hi, I'm Cokie. So today we're going to be making some classic chocolate chip cookies. To start, we're going to need to put in like the bowl that we're going to mix in, which is just a big bowl. We're going to put the 2/3 cup of unsalted butter, and we're going to put the 1 cup of packed brown sugar. And to put the butter in, I just smush it in with my hands, kind of, once I get it in here. So this is just 1/3 of a cup, so I'm doing 2 of these.
Okay, I've just logged on. How much have I missed?
Oh,
It's
you didn't
nothing.
really miss anything.
Just a little more butter.
I was just saying that we're gonna start with putting the 2/3 cup of unsalted butter with the 1 cup of packed brown sugar. But we're also gonna have to preheat the oven to 350, so I'll do that now. And I actually made this before just to make sure, to see how it looks. I made 2 different ways. Like, this is if you press them a little bit. Like in the recipe, I said you can press them lightly with your hands. I like this the best. And then this one is if I didn't press it at all. It's like if you like a really chunky cookie, but I preferred the other way.
Okay, I forgot to take my butter out of the refrigerator. Can I substitute it for margarine? Basil.
You can still use the butter. You'll just have to do a little more work to mix it. That's all. It's fine.
Can I use the mix master to mix it?
Is that just a mixer?
Oh, one of these. With the beaters?
Oh yeah, you can. Yep. And I guess at this point, you're also going to want to put the parchment paper, if you have it, on your baking sheets. You don't have to use parchment paper, but I do for easier cleanup. So I'm actually just going to remove my cookies off of it since I already made a bunch. Then I'll have them ready. So the parchment should just look like this on the baking sheet. Okay, so now that we've already started to preheat our oven to 350 and we're putting the butter in here now. And if it's not quite soft enough, using your hands like this is going to make it softer anyway. Okay, so here, that's the rest of my butter. Okay. So that's my 2/3 cup of butter, and here's my 1 cup of packed brown sugar.
Cokie?
Yeah.
Your directions say to whisk together the butter, shortening, and brown sugar.
Oh yeah, that was I wrote that before. You can basically substitute for butter or shortening. Originally I had half and half butter and shortening, but then I changed it to all butter. So just
Okay.
use butter and brown sugar. Okay. So here's my 1 cup of packed brown sugar. It's really nicely packed in there. So now all I have in here is the butter and the brown sugar. I said in there to use a whisk to put it together, but I usually just use a spatula just because the whisk, you have to get it out with your fingers then later. You can use either one. So I'm just going to use a spatula and first break up all the butter and the sugar like this. And then I'm going to smear the butter and the sugar against the side of my bowl so that it will mix properly, just like this. And this should take like 5 minutes. Oops. And as you said before, you can go ahead and use a mixer if you have one. I just chose to do it by hand this time.
Okay, I chose to go with the margarine.
Okay. And if you are using butter and it's a little cold, as I said before, you can just kind of mush it in your fingers a little to soften it. Because I still got a few chunks in here. I didn't take it out in time either. And you want to keep going until there's no chunks of butter. And there's not even like lines of the white color. It should all be one color and it should all be very smooth. Okay, mine's pretty much done. How's everyone's looking?
You're looking good, certainly.
Ours is still a little bit chunky, so we'll keep working on it.
Okay. So once you're done with that, you can actually just set it aside so you can measure out your other ingredients. So if you're still working on that, don't worry, just keep going. But now I'm just gonna measure out the rest of my ingredients. I'm not gonna add it to it though. This is just sitting on the side. So I'm gonna make sure I have an egg. I'm gonna make sure I have the milk and the vanilla. Let me get my vanilla. Hey.
Okay.
So just in another container, I'm just using a little Tupperware. I'm gonna put the 2 tablespoons of milk and the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into the separate container. Here's the milk. Here's the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna put that to the side too, because now I'm gonna measure out my dry ingredients in a whole nother container. So I'll have my 2 cups of all-purpose flour.
Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin and Debbie. Sorry, I sent you the Zoom information.
Hi. Oh,
We,
look it. There's my special friend there. Hi, buddy. Where's
So we
Debbie's
just
best friend?
started. Look, Joseph is here too. We just started with butter and sugar, mixing that together. Hi, Debbie.
Blue egg.
Oh, he's got the eggs.
Right. And my dad das like smussen the best sugar.
Yeah, I'm smushing it.
And
The sugar.
the butter.
The butter.
Okay, so is everyone done just mixing the butter and the sugar together?
I am.
Okay, and then like I said, the next step would be to just put the 2 tablespoons of milk and the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract in a separate container here.
Did that?
Okay, and then I have a whole separate container for the dry ingredients, which would be, I already put the 2 cups of flour in here. I'm doing a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
Now the flour's gotta be sifted, right?
Yep, I'm gonna sift that after though. I'm just putting it in the container for now. Oops, I still need that. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I am gonna sift this later, but not right now. And then my only other ingredient that I haven't measured out is the chocolate chips. Let me grab those. So I'm also gonna measure out to the side the 1.5 cups of chocolate chips here. Okay, so just to recap, my oven's already preheated at 350 now. I have the butter and the sugar all mixed together in this bowl, and then I measured out all my other ingredients already now too. Pam, you can just let me know when you want me to like move on or slow down or anything like that.
Yeah, I think if everyone's on track, we're okay.
Oh my God.
You can just, if you need more time, just let us know.
Okay, I've got that all done. Just haven't measured out my chocolate chips yet. 1.5 cups. Okay, now I got all that done.
Okay, so should I move on?
Okay, everything of mine's all measured out.
Okay. So now that I have everything ready, I'm going to add the egg into that brown sugar and butter mixture. And I'm still not gonna get the whisk out. I'm just gonna use my spatula. Works just fine. Gonna mix it until I don't see any more egg. Okay, just like this. Now I'll add that milk and vanilla that I measured out here. I'll just put that right in. I'll mix that too. It's gonna start to look kind of weird, but it'll be fine. It's gonna look a little chunky kind of. So this is what mine looks like right now. So now I have that flour, baking soda, and salt that I already measured out and I put in this container, but I'm just gonna sift it on top. So I have my sifter. Just gonna pour this in.
I like mine. It does both as a measurer.
Oh, that's great. Does it have the crank?
Squeeze.
Oh, that's great.
Dollar store.
So then after I've sifted that in, I'm gonna mix it. probably gonna take like 3 minutes to mix in. Right now, mine still looks like this, so I still have a long ways to mix it. Okay, so mine's pretty much fully mixed. I can still see a little flour, but it's not too bad. This is how I want it to look. So at this point, the only ingredient I didn't put in yet is the chocolate chips. So we're just gonna put that in now. Okay. So my cookie dough is pretty much ready. How's everyone else doing?
Yep.
Okay. So once everyone's done, then we can start just forming them into the balls for the cookies.
How's that for size?
That's good, but it's all up to your preference, of course. I personally use an ice cream scoop, but you can always use a spoon or just your hands. It depends. Like my cookies with this ice cream scoop, they ended up being about this size. So I'll show you what that looks like in the scoop. Looks like this.
Almost the same size.
Yep. So
I've never used an ice cream scoop.
what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna scoop them onto the cookie tray, and then you can either flatten them slightly with your hands, or you can not flatten them. Like I said, I like them flattened. This is how it came out flattened. This is not flattened. I like this one. And when I actually broke into them, the one that was not flattened, it was just really, really thick. And then the one that was flattened, I thought it was like perfect. And it's still like kind of soft and gooey. But you can always change if it's going to be soft or hard based on like how long you cook it or how much you flatten it too. If I cooked it a couple more minutes, it wouldn't be soft. But if you want like a crunchy cookie. So I'm just scooping it onto my baking tray that I already put parchment paper on. You don't have to flatten them too much though, because they are still going to spread out in the oven a tiny bit. Especially if you're going to be baking them longer to get them more crispy, they're going to spread even more. So they're going to flatten on their own more. So when I say flatten slightly, I mean only just like maybe I'll do it in my hand. So I have the cookie here. I'm just flattening it like that. So it still looks like this. It's not super flat. But I'm just taking my hand and smushing them all. Okay. So I flattened them to my liking. Then the other one, I'll just flatten a little more. I'm giving some of these away to my family, so I don't know if they all like the same kind of cookie. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna flatten these ones extra just to see if I like how they turn out. But I might also have to take them out of the oven sooner than the other cookies. So just to compare, the one in the copper, I flattened way more compared to the other one. That's why they already look like they're thinner. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but I'm just gonna be putting them in the oven now. So these cookies will take around 8 to 10 minutes. My oven doesn't run very hot at all, so my stuff usually takes a little bit longer. I'll put my timer on for 9 minutes though. So does anyone else have theirs in the oven yet?
Yep, I put one tray in.
That's great. Oh, oops. Another thing that you guys can do sometimes, like if there's too much dough, you can just freeze it too.
There's never anything as too much dough.
I was thinking of, since I just made the whole batch of cookies before this, and I'm gonna have 2 batches of cookies.
You have kids, they'll go.
But yeah, in the future, if anyone does want to freeze it, I'd recommend shaping them into the balls before you put it in the freezer so it's not hard later. And then you can bake them straight out of the freezer when you just already shaped them up, so that's good. So I've got 4 minutes left on my timer. But when you do end up taking it out of the oven, just make sure that you don't like touch it or move the cookies around yet, because the sugar has to have time to set into the cookie. So I wouldn't move them until at least 5 minutes after they're out of the oven.
Now, is there a difference between using the golden brown sugar compared to what we use tonight?
I think there is a difference, but I just use them interchangeably for any recipe. I like the golden one actually, but this time I did buy the brown. I don't think there's much of a difference.
Just more molasses in the brown than the golden.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I gotta move to a place with a larger kitchen.
Me too.
Well, from what I can see, you're like 4 times my kitchen.
Unfortunately, though, this table I'm sitting at is also the dining table. It's like one of those connected ones, and it's also an open concept living room. So my TV and couch are right there.
I have a little galley kitchen.
Oh. Yeah, well, we'll have to get a real big kitchen one day then.
Now, I got really adventurous for me the other day. I've never made a banana bread. So I found I had a couple of bananas I had to get rid of. So I found a recipe for banana bread, but it had peanut butter in it as well.
Really?
Yes,
How was it?
very good.
Wow. Was it a lot of peanut butter?
A half a cup.
So could you taste the peanut butter in it, or is it for something?
Not really. You would, in order to be able to taste it, you'd have to add maybe 3/4 of a cup to a cup. But it was good. So I'm going to try it again, except this time, maybe if I can scrape up the money, put chocolate chips in it.
Ooh,
And do a banana peanut butter chocolate chip bread.
that sounds good.
So I've dubbed the peanut butter banana one the Elvis bread, because that was his favorite sandwich, peanut butter and banana.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Would anyone like to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Why?
He was feeling crummy.
Couldn't hear him.
He was feeling crummy.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Did you make that one up?
No, I found it in a joke book.
Okay, my timer went off for my cookies, but like I said, I think it'll still need a couple minutes just because of my oven. So I'm just gonna turn the oven light on and just look at them. And yeah, they need a couple more minutes. I'm gonna do 4 more minutes because they're still looking pretty raw. So the way that I know when it's done is that it loses that shiny wet look and it looks pretty dry, but not crunchy or anything like that. It's just like the surface texture is no longer wet and sticky. So right now mine still look wet. Like they look as wet as the dough was when it first came out. But like I said, I made a batch earlier, and when they're finished, you can't tell while they're in the oven, but the bottom will be a nice golden brown, but it won't be burnt. And the top doesn't get that brown to me. But that's, like I said, mine are soft and they stay pretty soft. But if you wanted it crunchier.
I don't know how well you can see, but there's my first batch.
Yay.
And I've never made chocolate chip cookies before.
Oh, really?
Really?
Looks
But
great.
you've made peanut butter banana bread.
Pardon me?
But you've made peanut butter banana bread?
Once. Yep.
Yeah. But not chocolate chip cookies.
Nope. I made peanut butter cookies.
Hmm.
I also make peanut butter cake with peanut butter icing.
Well, do you love peanut butter?
Yeah. But the peanut butter cake and the peanut butter icing was, that was my father's specialty.
Oh.
And my grandmother taught us when you bake cookies and that, you get brown plastic bags or paper bags.
Mm-hmm.
And you set your cookies on that after the cooling off time.
Mm-hmm.
That way it soaks up any extra oils.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a drawer full of brown bags.
Mm-hmm. I just saw someone's Halloween costume, I think. Where did he go?
They're very excited about Halloween. He went into the living room
Oh,
because my apartment's very divided. It's big, but it's very divided. Yeah. This is her Halloween costume.
Yep. I'm Penny Girl.
what is that?
Penny Girl.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with.
Sister to Pennywise.
Oh, no, I don't watch scary movies.
No, either. No, me either.
Are they gonna go trick-or-treating for Halloween?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yay.
We live like in where we live in Niagara Falls is kind of more community. My sister is their grandmother, so she knows more of the people in the neighborhood than myself. Yeah. They're, as you see, they're all excited and pumped up, right?
No, but whereabouts in the falls are you?
We're, you know where the Food Basics is up in the north end?
Okay, yeah.
We're along Thurlstone Road in
Okay.
the middle there. Yeah, kind of hidden back in.
I'm in the south end.
Oh, nice.
All right, that's my timer, my second timer for the cookies. They're probably done now. Let me see. I just want them to be more done just because I already made the soft ones. So I am just gonna leave them in 3 more minutes. I don't want you guys to think I'm burning them. Pam, are your cookies in the oven?
Yes, they are. I think probably another 2 minutes and they should be good.
Ooh, I see someone's eating their cookie. How is it?
I would say it's delicious.
Yay.
Yummy.
Okay, I'm gonna take mine out now. I can already tell I'm gonna like the ones that I smushed down more because I don't know, it looks so much more crunchy. Especially I can already see the bottom. Like from the side, I can see the bottom's pretty brown. I can tell that's gonna be my favorite. So I'll just let them cool a couple minutes. So my cookies are cool enough for me to pick up. So like I said, these ones, I was making them a little bit harder instead of so soft. So they're a little more browned on the bottom, but I like that, right? If it was this color on the top, then they'd be a little bit too browned for me, but I think these are gonna be perfect. And because I used parchment, I don't even need like a spatula to get them up or anything. Just my hands. See, Mary just took them out of the oven, I think. Ooh. And Pam just got them out of the oven. Mm. So has everyone got them out of the oven yet, or some people still have them in?
Oh, mine are out.
I had to do mine in 2 batches
Mm-hmm.
because I only have 1 tray.
Okay.
The kids said they were amazing. I tried one. They are like the best chocolate chip cookies I have made.
Yay.
Okay, why are they at the door again?
I don't know. Wait, no, the costume.
I have a confession to make. I have trouble following recipes. So I always change them slightly.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of 2 cups of white flour, I put in mine 1 cup of white flour, half a cup of brown, and half a cup of oatmeal.
Mm.
And instead of 2/3 of a cup of butter, I used a tub of applesauce and butter to make up the 2/3, which made my cookie a little softer. And since I had applesauce in, then I also added cinnamon, and they were pretty good.
That's great. Very brave for doing all those things.
Oh, I've been making cookies for a while.
I've never tried it with applesauce. But does it taste like apple?
Yeah, there's a hint of apple in there, but I always now for the last many years I have always substituted half applesauce for the fat that's called for. It makes things very moist and just gives them a little extra nutrition.
That's great.
And I love oatmeal in everything.
Mm.
These are good.
Yay.
Pat myself on the back.
Hey, Wayne, I'm surprised you didn't make them vegan.
How would we make them vegan?
I'm surprised you didn't make them vegan.
Well, you absolutely, instead of butter, you would use a non-dairy egg. In place of 1 egg, you use 1 tablespoon of ground flax and water. So my baking is usually vegan. And
Are you
it tastes
vegan,
just as, pardon? Well, I'm a vegan that really enjoyed the ham that Bro had this weekend. So I'm an everything omnivore.
Pam's screen.
I'm gonna have to go. I just had knee surgery and it's getting a little uncomfortable for me. So
Okay,
Thanks
have a great day.
thanks for the baking. It was fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Come in, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Bye.
Okay, so does everyone have at least a tray of cookies that they finished up?
Yep.
Maybe we can take a screenshot with all of us having the cookies here.
How do you do a screenshot?
I was gonna do it on my computer. I just pressed like Windows and print screen at the same time, but I think there's other ways too. I don't know.
Well, let's see, I'm working on my laptop, so.
Okay.
Maya, will you take a screenshot for us?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay. Just waiting for Patty to put her cookies on the screen. Okay. If everyone's ready.
Okay, and that was the Windows key and what else?
I think actually someone from Grow is gonna just screenshot it for us, so we can all just show our cookies.
Yeah, just show your cookies and I'll do the work. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Perfect.
Thank you. Okay, well, that's about it then.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
everyone
Cokie.
who came.
They were great. My husband really likes them too.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you so much, Cokie. Really appreciate it. And we're looking forward to our next week series. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, what's next week's?
What are we doing next week? Maya, do you have it in front of you?
Yes. Next week we're making morning glory muffins.
Okay. Thank you. See you all next week.
Thanks.
Thank
Have
you
a
all
good
for
one.
joining.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, David. Bye, David. Bye, Joseph. Bye, Pam.
I win.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Maya, for everything.
Thanks, Maya.
No worries.